A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke, chapter 16, verses 19 to 31. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. There once was a rich man, expensively dressed in the latest fashion, wasting his days in conspicuous consumption. A poor man named Lazarus, covered with sores, had been dumped on his doorstep. All he lived for was to get a meal from scraps of the rich man's table. His best friends were the dogs, who came to lick his sores. Then he died, this poor man, and was taken up by the angels to the lap of Abraham. The rich man also died and was buried in hell and in torment. He looked up and saw Abraham in the distance and Lazarus in his lap. He called out, "Father Abraham, mercy, have mercy. Send Lazarus to dip his finger in water to cool my tongue. I'm in agony in this fire." But Abraham said, "Child, remember that in your lifetime you got the good things and Lazarus the bad things. It's not like that here. Here he is consoled and you are tormented. Besides, in all these matters, there is a huge chasm set between us, so that no one can go far from us to you, even if he wanted to, nor can anyone cross over from you to us." The rich man said, "Then let me ask you, Father, send him to the house of my father, where I have 5 brothers, so he can tell them the score and warn them, so they won't end up here in this place of torment." Abraham answered, "They have Moses and the prophets to tell them the score. Let them listen to them." "I know, Father Abraham," he said, "but they are not listening. If someone came back to them from the dead, they would change their ways." Abraham replied, "If they won't listen to Moses and the prophets, they are not going to be convinced by someone who rises from the dead." The Gospel of the Lord.
Let us now listen to a short reflection on the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 16, verses 19 to 31. The desire for comfort. A commentary from the Catholic Study Bible reads like this. Throughout his Gospel, Luke calls upon his community to identify with Jesus, who is compassionate and tender towards the poor, the outcast, the sinner, and the afflicted, towards all who acknowledge their dependence on God. But he is severe towards those who are proud and self-righteous, particularly those who place material wealth before God's service. This call is particularly evident in the story of the rich man and Lazarus. Both men in today's gospel story share a common desire: comfort. Lazarus needed the comfort of care and to be nourished and healed. The rich man did not want to give up his comfortable lifestyle, even with such a pitiful human as Lazarus at his door. All of us have a Lazarus in our lives who keeps appearing at our doorstep and inviting us to respond to the gospel imperatives. Perhaps your Lazarus is a lonely person who wants to talk to you more than you want to talk to them. Maybe he is the homeless person you pass by on your way to work every day, or a child who cries out for attention. Perhaps He is the unknown millions who haunt us with their suffering from poverty, natural disaster, and war, and who need our prayers and our actions. Whenever we are confronted with a Lazarus, our faith demands that we risk our own desire for comfort by responding to theirs. Consider asking for forgiveness for times when you failed to recognize or respond to the needs of others.